Do you have a budget for sex? No, I'm serious. Do you put aside money for sex? Hi, this is Liana, holistic intimacy coach. Welcome back to my channel. Here, I help you get your orgasmic intimacy. Before we get into this topic, I'm so curious what you have to say. I want to remind you of two resources that are extremely valuable. Get Your Orgasmic Intimacy ebook. It's on Kindle, Amazon. That is a coaching book. Whenever you're freaking out with something around intimacy, you can go directly to the topic that bugs you and get coaching insights, client anecdotes. I've worked with people that have banged their head against the wall with very annoying topics, and you can learn from their situations, or simply coaching micro experiments or coaching exercises. Those can come in handy and they can help you untangle a situation. The second resource, the Dojo. 5 programs, all with practices. Okay, we do stuff there, and it's video practices. Intimate Touch, 3 programs. They have a discount code. One is for women, all women's practices around the pelvic floor, and we work with all the pelvic floor, ladies. And the general one for intimacy growth. You learn about the 10 challenging situations in intimacy that clients brought in coaching. You learn about overall practices, what it means to embody your sexuality, and some other videos around understanding sexual growth.
I also opened a Patreon page where you can join me for daily practices. They are audio, recorded, and you can choose from multiple levels depending on how much you want to work with me directly or simply recorded. Enjoy.
Now, let's look at, do you have budget for sex? If you're thinking about paying for sex, that could also be included because you're the one that defines sex and what you need on a daily basis. However, let's say that you do workouts, fitness, and you have a budget for what? For apparel, clothing, for gym membership, for your equipment. Well, why wouldn't you put aside money and make a budget for sex? And it can be for many things. Maybe if you're the kind that pays for sex, hey, all fair there, that's your thing. Okay, how much money do you put aside? If you're the kind that actually goes on apps and hooks up, but still you're gonna need some stuff, okay? Do you have money put aside for that? Maybe it's condoms. Maybe it's lube. Maybe it's buying some other things like accessories. Maybe the other person is into more ritual stuff. Whatever makes them sing, in intimacy. The idea is some of those things might cost. Maybe it's renting a special place every now and then. Do you put money aside for that? Okay, I'm not talking about the budget that you have for Christmas gifts or Valentine's Day gifts or for Thanksgiving Day. I'm talking about making your intimate life, which is supposed to be happening regularly, hopefully. Do you put money aside for that? It's important. So if you do, how much money do you put aside? Or here's a different question. Did you ever sit down to think, how much money would I need to really be comfortable? Maybe buying some stuff. Maybe buying intimate lingerie or other accessories. Okay, some people, a lot of people, play with toys in intimacy. Those cost. It's not like you can borrow them from anybody, So your own toys will cost you. Maybe you want to buy a class or a video demonstration or something like that. Do you put money aside for that? Maybe you're the kind that goes on various sites where you just enjoy. You're voyeuristic. Well, how much money do you put aside for that? Ladies, do you put money aside for this aspect? And I'm not talking just buying lingerie or painting your nails, which is also important in intimacy for you. I'm talking about strictly buying accessories, buying a class, seeking somebody, because I know that women, just like men, by the way, have a lot of insecurities and they never have the proper person to talk them with. Okay, somebody that doesn't trigger you or ignites somehow or sparks competition on any level. Sometimes working your shit out and your fears and your anxiety might actually mean paying for a session. Do you put money aside for that? Sometimes you might actually want to go for a sexcation. Vacation for sex. Do you put money aside for that? And I'm not talking Christmas sexcation. I'm not talking New Year's Eve sexcation. I'm talking one where there's no freaking holiday. It's just you with somebody that you have the hots for, or maybe it's just your, long-term partner. Do you put money aside for this? If I haven't annoyed you enough with this question, I want to encourage you to consider this in the future. And it doesn't have to always be an extravagant budget, by the way, unless your economical situation allows that, or maybe, you can enjoy yourself with less money also. And it doesn't mean that a lower budget means that you're restricting yourself or you're cutting away from pleasure. Not at all. This is where embodiment practices, personal growth, comes in handy a lot. There is so much stuff, superfluous stuff that we buy to build an atmosphere. That stuff can be successfully and economically replaced with simply being more gifted or resourceful in intimacy. Yes, you can compensate a lot of the expensive stuff that people buy, exotic places, jacuzzi and all of that. By what? By your ability to touch somebody, to get to the level of art, by your ability to be present right when you're in the thick of it. Okay? If I have to be more plastic, right when they are or you are inside them, that's when you also can be really resourceful, juicy, super present, super capable. And it can make up for any not so luxurious place or country or stuff like that. Sometimes it can make up even for an extravagant clothing attire or accessories or lingerie, all that stuff, or foods. So really consider this. Personal growth can sometimes help you a lot with budget management, if you have considered it so far. So, money for sex? Yes? No? I would love to know. Drop a comment and consider the resources that I have. Yes, those are to purchase, so you are going to have to put aside a budget eventually for those. But the benefits, long term. Consider it not just a budget expense, consider it an investment. That's it. I'll see you next time. Bye.